welcome back. Today is Friday, May 4th. May the 4th be with you. I am heading back into Utah to do another backpacking trip for 2 nights. I'm meeting up with Joey Coconato. He does backpacking videos as well, and his YouTube channel is MyOwnFrontier. We've kind of chatted back and forth about route descriptions in the past. When I did some Canyonlands trips, I was looking for some insight about water and overall conditions, and he was a good resource to touch base with before heading out there. So we've been chatting for a while, and we're hoping to put together a trip at some point eventually. So I will be meeting Joey in Hanksville, where we will head south for about 35-40 miles. Day 1, we're heading down Maidenwater Canyon. Day 2, down Trachyte Canyon to Swett Canyon, and that's when we will come back out on Sunday. So 2 nights, 3 days, and it's about a 25-mile loop. I'm expecting almost water all 3 days. It'll be a nice warm weekend. Looks like the weather is going to be in the mid-70s for the highs and in the 40s for the lows, even low 50s for Saturday night. So you wouldn't really want it much hotter than that, to be honest. This drive has been awesome. Eastern Utah, once you drive in from Colorado, is always a really cool drive. So this is looking east and southeast. We got the LaSalle's down there. Moab would be off to the right a little bit. And we're heading west. All right, I'm about 10 minutes from Hanksville. Enjoying this drive. We are at the start of Maidenwater Canyon, south of Hanksville by about 35 miles or so. Yeah.
And we're headed into the Trachyte drainage, which drains down into Lake Powell / Colorado River. It used to drain into the Colorado River. But we'll go down Trachyte and then we'll come up Swett Canyon to finish the trip. Don't know the miles. It's not really a big trip, but we probably could do it in less than 3 days, and kind of what we're going for. So plan for today is just to go down this Maidenwater Canyon until we hit Trachyte and find a place to camp. Never been here before, never even been in this general area, so I have no idea what to expect. Ready?
Ready to go.
All right, here we go.
We are making our way down Maidenwater Canyon. Got these narrows here. Some cool drop-off stuff here. And we got a big chalk stone up there. Looks like we're gonna have to go under that. Squeeze through. It's getting real.
That's awesome. Wow.
Mind the head.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Walking through these Maidenwater Canyon narrows. Afternoon sun on this is pretty cool.
Awesome.
It's a beast. I'm warning you.
Oh my god. What do you have in this pack, man? This is essentially a 2-day trip.
I thought this was a week-long trip. That's what you told me.
When you said you brought whiskey, did you take it out of the glass? Here we go.
No? I didn't either, yeah. I didn't think about bugs being out here. The heaviest pack to ever exist. Digging this. Not much wind. It's fun. Yeah. Need to make sure not to get out of my tent and walk off a cliff this cooking tonight. What's going on? Why are you in timeout?
Trying to hide from the no-see-ums, or the I-see-ums, they're calling them now. But I think they're actually small enough that they can get through the mesh on my tent. Because like I'll kill them and then all of a sudden they're not dead. They're on the other side of the mesh.
So Joey brought yogurt pretzels, white chocolate covered pretzels, and that's a definite treat here. I'd consider getting them in the future for sure.
Of course, Mike brought whiskey and 4 IPAs, so that's way cooler. Surprisingly fantastic day of hiking. The narrows were much prettier than I was expecting them to be. I think you'd agree. Like, you picture that.
Sunlight breaking through the top part of the narrows just brought in this whole kind of glow that you can't really get at certain times of the day, I bet. So it's about 8 o'clock on our first day here. Made it down Maidenwater Canyon, and now we are in Trachyte Canyon. Got our campsite down here, and we're about to cook dinner, crack a beer, and enjoy ourselves. This is a good site. I talked about for a while about finding a spot that just felt good, and this one was a good choice. Got the creek, some bugs, but a lot of cool openings and side canyons that are gonna light up in the morning, I think. Give us some cool color. Got this cool cactus garden by my tent. A couple different varieties. We got these kind of fin cactus here. A couple of them have flowers seasonally. Looks like this one does. So these are kind of more like a paddle shaped cactus, just kind of round and flat. And then we got this big guy. He's circular. His flowers haven't bloomed yet, but he's different here. And then we got all these yuccas. I brought this book. My mom recommended it. I think it's a collaboration of survival stories of all sorts of varieties, but get to that later tonight if we have time here. But it'd be nice just to chat for a little bit as well. So see if I get around to that. It is the morning of our second day. We're going to be heading down Trachyte Canyon to where Swett Canyon and Trachyte converge together at Lake Powell. Lake Powell is supposed to be about another quarter mile, half mile down from where the two canyons meet. On some of the trip reports we've noticed that the water of Lake Powell has actually risen up to the point where the two canyons meet, which might make it hard to kind of turn that corner and head up Swett Canyon. So we have flowing water in Trachyte Creek where we camped last night. Came down from that direction. It's about 8 o'clock on Saturday, May 5th. Happy Cinco de Mayo, everybody. Got some tequila with me, but I didn't. Instead, I got some whiskey. Got one more night out here, and then we're heading out in the morning. We were looking for a campsite last night. We were debating on between doing kind of things up on these shelves over here to the left and right. Looked like there was a spot behind these cottonwoods, but We didn't want to be too close to the creek because of bugs, but we found actually on top of this rock, hard to see from the sun, let me block you, but up on top of here there's a nice flat area where we have our tents. I'm getting the last couple things packed up here. Joey's heading down the way. There's some ruins that are about a quarter mile down the canyon. We saw them in the book yesterday and didn't get a chance to go check them out, but from what the description says is there's not really much left of them anyways. It is warming up though, and we're gonna have water the whole day here, so pretty excited. That's our second day. I am heading over to where Joey is. We're gonna go take a look at this ruin. Natives would carve little circular hand and footholds in the rock so they could kind of climb it like a ladder, or almost even like really steep stairs. And that would make sense, but with these tribes being gone for hundreds of years, in some cases 1,000 years, a lot of that has eroded and it's not as obvious as it would have been in the past. This cactus flower is about to bloom. Gonna miss them by a couple days. The yucca plant is very sharp on the ends of these. If you're wearing open-toed shoes or shorts and you smash into one of these, it'll get you good. Some varieties of these have really tall central stalks that have flowers on them. This guy right here, he's got a base down here that's some dead growth. You can see it's gray in previous years, but they actually start to get taller, almost into a cylinder shape. But this one's got the top, and it's got this guy coming out of the top, which will flower into these white blooms. If you see at the base of that right little hole in the rock, underneath that little lip, you can barely see Joey. Trying to get up there, I guess there's ruins. And he started on that right side, kind of near that black stripe. That's looking up at the ruin. Maidenwater came in from the left, right before that big face in front of us. And we debated on looking for some camping around this area last night. But we ended up down the way. You can see a little rock outcropping to the right of those cottonwoods down there. And we were camped on that shelf. Saying goodbye to our campsite from first night out here. We're on the way. We are leaving our lunch spot. Those under that overhang. Canyon's getting a little more narrow here. So we are making our way down Trachyte Canyon, and we have the confluence with Woodruff Canyon right here. Trachyte. There's a Joey, and that's Woodruff Canyon behind him, and that's looking down Trachyte where we'll be heading. So we're taking a quick detour up Woodruff Canyon. Drop packs for a minute and take a look around here. Little waterfall and blockage at the almost starting point of Woodruff Canyon. We talked about how to get around this. You can almost go up on this ledge, but it seems like you'd have to swim through and go up that crack on the right side. Looking for Swett Canyon, which should be on the right. It is 4:50. So we got a good three plus hours of light. Joe, are you excited for your day at the beach?
I am. And whiskey. And you said you had mixers, didn't you?
What? I'm sorry?
Some mixers?
No.
No?
No. That's looking up the drainage of Trachyte Creek and south, and that's Lake Powell down there. Alright, we're at the junction with Swett Canyon. To the right here is Trachyte Canyon, and this is going to be Swett. We actually dropped our packs and headed down this drainage and around the corner to the right, which led us to Lake Powell. Great evening, great temperature, just loving it. We did walk probably about a 3-mile round trip out of the way through some real slippery slow terrain. What was that?
Never again, Michael, never again.
Joey wanted to leave the packs here and go check out Lake Powell.
I'll get a taste. Oh, you weren't partial to that? Well, did you die? You alright, dude? Yeah, I'm good. This will be the final take.
Hitting the spot on this Cinco de Mayo. This bean dip is good. Definitely got a little spicy kick to it, so if you're looking for bean dip that's not spicy on the trail, I wouldn't go with this guy. We're getting dinner rolling over here at camp. Gummy bears and bean dip, and debating whether I should have a full dinner. That'd be responsible and wise. But these are 12 flavor assorted gummy bears from Sprouts. And they're delicious.
Nutritious too if they're from Sprouts.
Delicious, nutritious. Grass-fed gummy bears. Free range. Alright, it's 8:30. Gonna be calling tonight for filming. It's getting dark, but had a great day here in Trachyte and looking forward to the way out here. And checking out these narrows tomorrow, so we'll get back to you in the morning here. Woohoo! It is morning of our third day here. We are in Swett Creek. Alright, so Joey, I've been on a few backpacking trips and everybody's got their different styles. I've noticed that you wake up and you hang out in the tent for a little bit. What's the strategy behind that?
Just haven't had my coffee yet, so kind of have to get my energy going before I get out of the tent. Also, there's a lot of bugs here fighting the crap out of me, so I'm going to stay in the safe zone until it's safe to come outside of the tent, which might not be ever, but it's kind of like bug spray.
Stop for your tent.
Oh my God, dude.
So yesterday, I started packing up camp and thought I was ahead of the game and disappeared for a minute and come back and Joey's whole setup is packed up. I have all my stuff laying out still, so trying not to make sure that he's waiting up on me today. Get some coffee going. We got probably, it looked to be about almost the same distance from Swett Canyon back to the road as it was coming down Trachyte yesterday. We did take about 2.5 to 3 hours of breaks. We really were just taking our time and enjoying it. And we also dropped packs and headed down to Lake Powell and back, which took a round trip hour plus. So today should be a little more straightforward walking. We do have 2 sets of narrows, Navajo narrows and the Wingate, and those are both different layers of rocks along this this canyon. Joey, I'm having deja vu here. I think we've been up for a few hours, and in fact, you were out of your tent. What happened? You're
Waiting on stage fright Mike to get his act together and be ready to go. Doesn't say any words. He just says, "Rawr." Blah 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 blah.
So Joey, for those who are looking to get into backpacking or possibly get a new tent, how do you feel about the freestanding design tent?
Freestanding tent, when you set the poles up, it stands as soon as you put the poles in it. A tent that's not freestanding would be like this. It only has really one pole system, and it's not going to stand up by itself. You have to use some sort of staking or staking out device to make it stand.
Ready, I can say I got my pack on before Joey.
Right.
Yeah. It's good preparation here.
All right, it is 9:30. We're leaving our campsite in Swett Creek, about a half mile in, quarter mile in. It's the first time I decided to hike in my chacos on a trip. And we've been going through streams, and just seemed a little more practical than wearing a shoe and getting a wet sock and a boot. So the first day was great through the Narrows. We didn't have a long hike, but yesterday, about 3/4 through the day, just started getting blisters on the feet from the straps. I'm doing what you're never supposed to do. And I'm wearing socks with sandals. But it's preventing the rubbing from these blisters. I've got about 4 of them between the 2 feet, and they weren't feeling good last night. I was walking around camping bare feet. Yeah. Sorry. You're good. Gotta climb up this guy. Not sure how deep it is. Looks pretty deep.
I mean, I can hit.
Yeah. You're starfishing over there. I'm gonna come down and push you up.
Yeah, but how are you gonna get up? You have twine?
I can get up without a pack, I think.
All right.
And we just climbed up this. It's about a 10-foot, 12-foot drop. Handed packs up this way, and Joey was actually teasing me that I couldn't make it up, and I made it up by myself. But it was not an easy task. Making our way up Swett Canyon. I think we're probably about 2/3 of the way through. We have one more set of narrows.
We have made it back to the road, and so this trip is kind of going to be over. Just some instant analysis. Really cool route. I think much more narrow than I was expecting. And today, especially, I thought Swett was going to be kind of an open and dry hike the whole way. It was kind of dry, but it's all narrows. The place has been narrow. What do you think?
Yeah, loved it. Good day 3. We had a really long day yesterday, but this was a good way to finish it up. A little kind of balance of open canyons, some rockfall, and narrows to finish it up. And great company here with Joey, and I'm looking forward to another future trip here.
Absolutely.
So have me along with my stage fright and my pack organization.
You keep bringing beers like you do and giving good reviews. You got an invite anytime you want one.
Yeah.